Any doubt in yesterday topic? Karthik, Mahadev, Rakesh, Suman. Any doubts in the yesterday's topic? Dhaneshwari. Okay. Rakesh. Okay. Good. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Rakesh. Any doubts in this? Okay. Good. Okay. Fine. So today we are going with the next set of topics, and before that we are going to be brief about yesterday's topic. Okay, so as I told that the React.js is a like a component-based architecture. What is the component? The component is a one JavaScript function. That's it. Okay, so that is we are going to be discuss more on that one. So what is the folder structure as I told? So and one more thing, yesterday I told the prerequisites for the Node.js. So for that, you should install the Node.js in your system. Node.js you just install in your system. Just a minute. Okay, Node.js you have to be installed in your system. Okay, so how to get a Node.js? So just you go for the here and just click for the Node.js runtime environment. So here you are going to be get the Node.js. Okay, so everybody hope installed the Node.js. So if not miss, so you please install that one. So it's a normal .exe file will be downloaded. You have to download from here. Then click next, next, next. Then after that, you need to check whether it is installed properly or not. So just go for the CMD and open the command prompt and just type for node minus v. So it is giving a okay node version. I am using a 18. Why 18 means long, almost all 1 year back. I think installed this one. So now it is a 2022. Yeah. So now it's a Node.js 22 is there. Okay. So Node.js 22. Okay. So then you need to check for the one more thing called a npm minus v. Okay, node means so it is Node.js. Okay, what is the npm? Npm means Node Package Manager. Why it is used? So Node Package Manager means they have developed some code in the React.js. They made a one package. What does it mean? See, I want to upload for the okay. Let's say I want to create a one application or package image slider. What is the image slider? Just Google image slider. I will take one example. So let's say W3 image slider is there. Okay. So this is the image slide is happening. To happen this one, so the W3 is written these many codes. What is that code? So these many a whole bunch of a code they have written. So that is clear. So here what happens? uh, they have created a these many lines of they have created same thing for react they have created they have written all steps of a code. Okay, okay, so they have written a whole bunch of a code and made a one package name. So that is something called a image slider. So if you want to use it, so just we have to go here and go to the project and terminal. Then you have to install that package npm install image slider, something like that. So what are all the packages are there? If you just go to the npm website, so this is the npm official page. npm. So here you will get all the packages. What are all the package? I want a image slider. I'm not using a writing a code or something. Someone has written and they're given a package like this. See, so many peoples are there. So they are going to be take once. So this is the top one. So 3 months ago, something like that. Okay. So this is the React Native is there. So if I want to use a specific packages, you have to search for the specific image slider with the React.js. So there you are going to be get the a package for that one. So image slider or else a React.js image slider. If not get, just go to the Google and search for the React.js image slider. See here you will get from the npm images uh, React slideshow images. Okay, so weekly 13,957 people will they are going to be download. So if you want to use this package means, so I need to copy this one and I need to install here. What is my project? Hello world is project. So I need to, if I install here, automatically it will sit here in the dependency. See, I am going to be install this package np I React.js slideshow. So if I just click means automatically it will update here. If you just observe here in this page, so npm I React slideshow. So React slideshow, see automatically it is came here. React slideshow 4.40. So then I want to add this code. So this is the normal React.js code. Okay, just I will show you. I will just copy this one. What is the component? Slideshow. Control C. In the source, in the component folder, I will add a slideshow.js. Okay. Then I will copy whole code. Copy. Control V. See this slideshow and this one should be same. Control S. See, have I written any code? So just I have installed and just this is the one simple code to I added images and it is displaying in the here. So I will just close this one. How to run this program? CLS means for clear screen. npm start. As like a right click open in the live server. So this is called a npm start. Okay, so this is the npm start. It is going to be uh, open the what you can say code. So by default, it is going to be run with a localhost. So why I'm telling this package means throughout your React.js project, you are going to be install these packages. So what is the packages? So a package is something they have written a bunch of code and they made one package name. So if you install that package name and you can use it in the application. So without you are going to be write a complete code. So if you want to write an image sliders code, you have to take this much time. So W3 is or something, someone is a developer this whole code and made one package name. So you just need to install and use it. You no need to write a code. Okay, so this is the React.js why it become a popular. If you take any form also, it is become a npm package. Okay, so React.js application. Okay, here it is there. So now what happens? Image slider is not displaying here. So first we'll go for little bit folder structure. So package.json, it is going to be store your the package, what are the packages and which version it is installed. So that information will be stored. And when we click a npm start, it is going to be call the script. Npm start means it is going to start a React script. Then it is going to be open in the this ID in the browser. Okay, here what happens? So public.html, as we know, so index dot sorry, public folder, it contains index.html. So this is, it is injecting with the ID root. So whatever the app.js file will be there, so it is going to be displayed in the index.html. So then we'll go for the source folder. Source folder app.js is there. Inside app.js we have imported. What is import? Import means what? Take. Export means send. So I have created a component, a tester in the component folder, the first component. So I am using a test here. So that is why here it is the test, it is there. If you control click means it is going to here. This is called the first component. Or else always change the name to the, it's the best practice. Control V. The first component, and it'll just you go to the control S. So still it is showing something, same thing. Okay, now I have added a one more component. What is that component? Slideshow. So that's a slideshow component. If you want to display means you need to add inside a app.js. So then only it will display. So for that, less than, what is my component? SLIDE. Okay, SLIDE, and SHO. Forward slash. So this is the what? End of the component. But slideshow is not there. Where it is there? So I need to import. Import slide show from forward slash component slideshow. So control C, control V. See where is there? Inside a component folder, the slideshow component is here. This is the slideshow. So we need to export as well. Export. If you not export, then it will not come. Export default. Okay. Control S. Okay. So it is telling that okay, slideshow is not defined. So what I will do, I will change all the location. Control C. Slideshow. Yeah, that is what. SLIDESHO. 1 minute. So slide SLIDESHO WJS dot forward slash component forward slash slideshow, and control C, control V, control S. Okay, so now what happens here? My app.js is loading. First, the first component is loaded here. What is the first component? This is the first component. It is there. It will be loaded in my app.js. The second component is a slideshow. So where it is the slideshow, it is in the component folder and slideshow. Okay. So now here what happening? I need to see the output now. See here, slide one, slide. So have you written any code here? No. So that is why React.js is more popular. So if you whichever the package you want, you just go to. So if you don't want to design a form, if you just search for the React.js form, so that is also it is available. If someone is a or else you just see forum control. If you just go to this one and install this one, use it. You don't need to write a, you just copy and you need to install. So if you want means you can just go for the document. Got it. So everything is written. So then how many component are there? See, this is the slider is a, called a one component. Okay. So if you want to write a React.js slider code, you have to write a number of 100 plus lines of code. So here you need to just go for the package name and install and use it. So if you want, you can just, okay. So how it is happening here? So this is the normal CSS is there. You no need to worry. I will tell that one. So this is the one array. So constant slideshow. So can anyone tell me the what it is, what type of data it is containing? Anyone from out of 5 or 6? Yes, exactly. Array of object. Why? Because what is the object? Object is a key pair value. What type of object it is? Rakesh, what type of object it is? Object, okay. There are two types of objects are there. Any idea, Rakesh? There are two types of objects. I all anyone, Karthik, Daneshwari, Suman. What type of object it is? Yes, correct. Suman, what is the one more type of object? You're getting my voice, Suman? Okay. Anyone can tell me what type of another object? Yes, JSON object. Okay, so JSON object is a if it is double quote with the both the direction, then it is called a JSON object. You can't declare one JSON on JavaScript. If you want a JavaScript, define completely JavaScript. If you want a JSON object, define completely as a JSON object. One is JSON, one is a Java. It's not like that. Okay. Slide images. URL. This is images. Caption. Slide one. Okay. So now here what happens? We will understand the code. So what we have done, we have just gone, we have installed the package called slider package and is automatically it is installed. Then after that I have created a component called a slideshow and I defined a component slideshow. So this is the class name. So what is this class name? Is in the in the HTML you are using the class. Here it is using the class name. So we will discuss that one. No worries. So slide is my component. Slide images. What is the slide images? It is an JavaScript object. Map. So map it is showing a key pair value. So slide images. Slide images is a plural and it is taking a one more temporary variable slide image. See, images is different. Image is different. Okay. So index means what? So index value. So this is at a 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay. So key index style is there. You don't need to worry about what is the style and all. Here there is a URL equals to dollar slide image dot URL means it will fetch the first image. So again, it will display the slide image caption. So what is the slide image caption? So caption one. So it will do for the first iteration, second iteration, third iteration. It will go for the fourth. There is no data. Then it will come out of the loop. Okay, so this is called a slider images example. So this is a just package. How to write a style and all, I am going to tell, no worries. Okay, so now what we got to know what is the package name. If you want to use it anything, so you just go for the package name. So next, what we are going to be discuss about the component. What is the component? Folder structure is there. What is the component? See, we already know about what program it will run in the browser. So central core of the system, so that is called a app.js. Your app.js is here. Okay, so app.js, you have stored a file name here. So now you have created a one component that is called a text, and you have created a component that is called the image slider. Okay, so you have written a code for all 10 or 100 lines of a code you have written here. So that component you are injecting in the where app.js. Okay, so this is the component and this is component. So what is the advantage in the sense? So our app.js only it is going to be run in the browser. So then I have written two components. Those two components added inside my browser. Okay, so this is called a what you can say. This is called a component. So how it looks? So component is a just a JavaScript function. So I will create a one more function that is called a second comp dot js. Okay, so as like we have a doc in where HTML, we have a shortcut key called a React functional component export. React functional component export, enter. So it will give the whole code. So H2 second component, something like that. Save it. Okay, if you run means it will show. No. Why? Because I have written a component in the component folder. So if you want to display, you just go here, less than, what is a component? SEC, just type some letters. See, automatically it is telling that, okay, the second component, it is reside in the component folder component. If I just click means automatically it is imported here in the top. At the line number 4 you just see here. If I just click means it is going to be import a slideshow component. Sorry, second component. So then we need to end this one. Save it. We'll go to the browser. See here. What if I use a slideshow a number of control V, control V, control V. So 4 times is there. So it will print the 4 times. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It means I am writing a code that is a slideshow in somewhere. So that component I am continuously using in my in my parent component. Okay. So that is called this is called a component. As like a second component, what it is? It is a JavaScript function. So it might contain the image slider, it might contain the form, it might contain the video player or audio player. So that will be treated as a component. So I think this is the clear. This is called a component. So component is a JavaScript function and it is executed independently, or like we have written once and we are using n times. See here. So two times is there. If you need to add a sub break here, so just add a BR tag, Control S. We'll go here. See. So I'm not returning a code two times. Okay. So here what happens? See, this is your add.js is there. Okay. And here it is a your component is there. Component 1, component 2, component 3. So these components are importing in the app.js. Okay. So if you imported two times or three times, it is going to be print. But here I am using the component defined somewhere outside. This is somewhere outside or defined all those components. We are not defining in here. We are defining somewhere and just we are exporting here, then importing in the app.js file. What is the advantage? You can import 100 times, you can it will run. But if you want without this concept, you need to write 100 times. Instead of that one, you just return 100 times and import here 100 times. That's it. So that is called the import. Okay. So the next what is a React.js component? So component is a something JavaScript function, and it is created and import export is done. So there are two types of components are there mainly. So one is called the class component. So that is a one is a class component, one is a functional component. So that is called a FC. Class component is one, functional component is one. So class component and functional component, what is the difference? So for the class component, it is creating a class, and functional component, it is creating a function. So these are all the functional component. So now we are using a functional component only. Class component is a older version, so we are not using. But having the knowledge is good. I will create a one more component called third comp dot jsx. Then here what we are going to do, we are going to do react functional component. So we are not calling a react functional component, react class component. See what is the difference here? Export default class is there. If it is a function and it is calling a here the constant slideshow. Got it. This is called a function, right? So here it is there, open, close brace, open. So this is a function. So class component is this one. So how to import this one? Third comp. Third comp is a class component. Example. Anyone having a doubt? Yeah, yeah. Ah, yes, yes. Here what happening? How the React.js is running from the React library. Where is the React library? Here in the package.json. See here, which version of React we are using? A React 18 point. So if you want to use you are using a component from where? From the React.js. So it is a normal. It will be act as a normal class until if it is extended from the component folder from the React. then it is a React class component. Or else normal JavaScript function class will happens. So it is extended. What is the extent means? Whatever the React.js features are there, no, that will be inherited to the this child third component. Okay. So here what happening? They want to create a component of type a class means then it has to be extends component. So it means the features of a React.js component that is inherited to the third component. So then here they can display the whatever the or display or perform the whatever the operations they want to do. Okay, so here what we are going to do, I want to add this component as well. So how to add? So just type a less than THIR. See, automatically it is telling that it is in the component folder like this. Rakesh, you got right. So if you want to extend, what is the extend? It is the inheritance thing. Inheritance means what? The properties of component is inherited to the third component. So this is your user defined class name. You can define X or you can define my class or anything. So that will be stored with the React.js features. So this is called a class component, but class component we are not using, we are using the functional component only. So we will discuss in the later session. Okay, these are all the components. What is the component? The component is a piece of a code, that's it. Okay, so this is the functional component, class component. Yeah. The next is the React.js hooks is came. When it is came, the React.js hooks are a functions that level up to use the state and other React features without writing a class. Introducing the in the React 16.8, hooks allows you to use the state lifecycle method and the React features in the function. So there is a React.js having a lifecycle method. So that lifecycle method is lengthy. So they have introduced one more thing called React.js hooks to maintain the state. First, we'll understand what is the state here. State means what? It is the as like a variable only. Okay, to maintain and operate. So from the React.js 16.8, they have introduced the what we can say. This is the state. So that is called a 16 point. They have introduced the React.js hooks. Okay, what is a hooks? There is a some features called a use state and lifecycle methods they have implemented with the React.js hooks. So then only they have stopped using the class component for maintaining a state. They are using the React functional component using the use state hook. So this is a React hooks means what? If they ask what is a React.js hooks means, so hooks are some special features they have introduced in the React.js 16.8. So then what are all the hooks means? So use state is there, use effect is there, use context is there, React use reducer is there, use memo is there, use callback is there. So a number of lists are there. So these are all the top components oftenly we are using. So next is a React.js use state at the state example. Okay, so we got to know what is a React.js hooks means. React.js hooks are a special features they have introduced in the 16.8. So some hooks are called a use. This is the use state, use effect, use context, etc. etc. You have to tell. The next is the React.js use state and a state example. The first we will okay. So what I will do, I will create a one counter class. Counter.js. See, if I want to use a React functional component shortcut key, no, if you want to use a this type of commands means, so what package you need to install means you just go here and search for the ES6. sorry, it is in the packages. ES6. Yeah. See, if you just go here, React Native, React Redux, ES6, ES6. So this package you need to install. I think even ES7, these packages, see, just go for the ES7 and install the all the packages. ES7, React Native, ReactJs, Redux, and ES7 like this. So these packages you need to install. Okay. So if you install means then you can write the shortcut key. If you just type the shortcut key, you will get. So just I want to demonstrate the use state. Okay. So how to do? Constant bracket equals to use. If you just type a sorry use state, see here automatically it is telling that use state is from the React. If you just click means automatically imported a use state from the React. So then I will take a count, set count. Okay, so now here what happens, h2. So here I will take a h2, the count value is, and colon bracket. So this is the count variable. So how to define a use state? So use state is what is, okay, I will explain first example and we'll go later. So initial value is count, then I will take a one button, then click me on click. Okay, set count plus 1, save it. Yeah, sorry, I have done a mistake here. We need to use the arrow function, set count plus 1, control S. So if I run means it will not show the output. Why? Because so I need to import, right? So for that, first what I will do, I will remove the this all those component. I need to add a, what is the component name? The component name is counter. See, here it is, the counter is there. If I just click means automatically it is imported here. If you see here, is there any counter component is there? No. If I just add a here, automatically it is imported in the counter. So end of the counter, control S. So what is a mistake? It is telling that counter line number 831 expected a functions to be called a new expression. Okay, yeah, this is the button. Yeah, this is not the expression as, okay, set count plus means it is incremented by 1. If you want to increment by your previous count, so just use a count plus 1. So count plus 1, what it will do, it will add 1. sorry, set count plus 1, it is going to be add 1. But if you want to increment by your previous count, then use a count. So control S, if I just go to the browser, why not a number? Because I have done a, I have not initialized here. Initially count equals to 0. Control S, see count is 0. If I click here, automatically it is going to be increment. So, what is the topic we are discussing? We are discussing the React.js use state and a state. What is a React.js use state? So, React.js use state is a hook provided by the Reacts or whatever the 16.8 or 17.8. This is the new feature of React.js. There we are going to be assigned the variable. So, this is the variable and this is the method. So initial value will be 0. That is why count value is 0. See, what is the difference between this count and removal of this count? If I define this like this, so it is a just a string. Control S, the count value is a count means it, so it is going to be treated as a normal string. But if you enclosed with a flower bracket, then it is treated as a value. See, the count value is 0. Why? The count value is initial 0, that is why here it is 0. Okay, when I click on this one, so it will call the on click event and set count method. Where is the set count method? In the use state. So this is the variable, this is the method. So set count. So count plus 1. What is the count value? 0. Plus 1 means 1. So now count is going to be store 1. So again they will click here. Then it is going to be called the on click event set count. What is the count value? Initial value 1. So here the count value 1 plus 1 or 2. So like that 2, 3, like that it is going to be print. Any doubts in this one or not understood? I will explain one more time. See, if you want to store a variable in the JavaScript, you are using a let x equals to or else let count equals to 0. We know this one. So here what happens? Here we are not using like this. We are using a use state. Account is going to store in the 0 is stored into the count. Set count is method. It is a method either increment or decrement or display whatever the thing it is going to be to set count. So I have taken a button tag here, click me. So then on click is an event. When I click on this button, it has to be called the on click event and set count method. So set count method where it is defined in the use state. Then count plus 1. What is the count value? Initial value is 0 plus 1. If you add 100, this count value has become 100. See here. If I increment means it is going to be increment. Okay, so now this is called a, okay, then use state is a hook to store the variable. Okay, to store the value, we are using the use state. Now 0 is sitting in the count value. Set count is a method. Whether it is decrease or increase, it is done here. Got it? This is called a count and set count method. Okay, so what and all data type it is stored? It will store the boolean. It will store the variable. It can store the object. It can store the arrays. It can store the array object. It can store the JSON object. So in the React.js, we are going to be discuss about hooks. So in the React hooks concept, so you will get a complete understanding. So we got to know. So how to what is a use state? Use state is a new feature. It is introduced in the 16.8 in the React.js to initialize the variable or a value. So we are using this one. Okay, so initially the count value is 0, so that is why it is displaying a 0 by default. So when he will click on this button, so when we click on this button, when we click on this button, it is going to call the set count method. So here count plus 1. So here on click event is called set count method. It is defined by here, and count value is initially 0, 0 plus 1. So if you click here again, so 1 plus 1, 2. So again if you click means 2 plus 1, 3. Like that it is going to be increment. Okay, so what we understood here is if you want to store the any value, so we are using the use state hook to store the value. Okay, so if you increment click means, so it is automatically it is going to be increment. Okay, and so what is a react.js use state? Use state is a hook. It is introduced in the reactor 16.8, and state means what? What is the state? It is like a variable. So variable might contain the array, object, or what is this, numbers or booleans or anything. 1 minute. Yeah. So state that it can store. Who is giving? So that is from the use state React.js. So here it is an example is there. So now what is the state? The state is a count. The state variable we can say which can store the value 0. So if I click means automatically it is implementing. So next what happens? React.js props. What is the React.js props? See, I have a component 1. This is the component 1, and this is the component 2. Okay, so I need to pass some data from one component to the another component. So that is called a props or a properties. So in general, we can call the props only. Everybody will call a props. So what it will do? It will share the data from one component to the another component. That is called a props. So how it is doing? So they are going to be take a one component. Okay, so that is a component. So that component it is going to be displayed here. Okay, first we'll go to the one greeting component. Greeting.js React functional component export. So if you're not done means if you just import React from React function greeting and export default greeting, and here we are calling return. Okay, so this is a normal what is called a React functional component. Then I will add a h2 props as a argument. So if I run means, so there is a no changes because I have not added a component here. So if you want to add that component, so first we'll understand. So we'll just go here. What is the component name? The component name is greeting. So automatically it will come here. Hit enter. Automatically it is imported here. Forward slash control S. If I just go to the see props as an argument, it is there. The actual thing is happens now here. So I want to call the see I will call the component inside a app.js and I am passing a name as a props. So that is we are taking as a props name. So how to do? Greetings name equals to Virat. Okay, so actually the greeting component is here. Where? In the another folder. So I need to take as an a props. Props.name. Save it. Yeah. So I have not defined a name here. Your name is there. This is, see, Virat is the passing as a props. How? So I have a app.js. Okay. I am calling a greeting component. Okay. So here I am passing the name Virat. Okay. So where is my greeting component? So greeting component is here. Okay. So I am passing a name as an props to the greeting component. Here I have a component app.js. It is going to be load the our page or a component. But in the greeting component, we are passing a name as an props. So what is a props? Props means properties. In the greeting component, the name as an props we are sending here. Okay, so that is I am taking as an props from where app.js. So props.name means it is going to be display the props.name. Name I am passing a Virat Kohli. So I will call a one more component name equals to Rohit. Control S. See here. What we are doing here, we are passing the components mm, along with the props values. Props name is there. So you can pass the values as well. So ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ದು ಟೂ ಕಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪೋನೆಂಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಜೆ ಎಸ್ ಸೊ ಆಪ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಜೆ ಎಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಹಿಯರ್ and whenever it is loading automatically we are passing the props value name equals to double quote Virat and Rohit. So that's those are going in the React.js greeting component as an a props. So props dot name is it is printing the first name called Virat, last name is called Rohit. Okay, this is called a React.js props. The next is the React.js events. Okay, so React.js as an React as a props we have done. The next is a React.js events. Then we can stop today. What is a React.js event? As we told that, so event are something is happened or actions. So here I want to show here the React events. So how to do? So I will take a one method called display output dot jsx React functional component export. Save it and I will take a one function called button. display events. On click, see this is a, I will change to display output and button on click. So display data, display event. So when I click on this one, it is going to be called the on click event, and internally it will call the display method. So where we are going to be display a constant. So this is the display data method equals to open close brace like this. Okay. So button on click display data display events. So display data here, I want when I click on this one, it is going to on this button, it is going to be happen the on click event, and is calling the display data method. So then we are going to be window dot alert bracket event is happened control is uh, so I will change this one too. See, this is the display output is my component. So I will just copy. I will rename here as well. Or else it will throw an error. See, now I have created a one component display output. So display output. So that component I need to add inside my app.js because it is going to be run here. Okay, first we'll see the whether it is control C. See, automatically it will say display output. If I click means it is imported here. Just forward slash greater than control S. See here, event is happened. Okay. Okay, so this is called a display events. So again, it is a normal function only. Here it is an on click event. When I click on this button, it is calling the display data method. So this is the one method. Then window dot alert means it is going to be given alert in the browser. So this is called a display event. Okay, fine. So today we are going to be stop the sessions. Anyone having a doubt in